parents don't know ukuthi umuntu umshela kanjani. Mina ngikhule in an era where bushela. I grew up before cell phones. So in my day, there was no, I'm going to slip into your DMs, give me your number, I'm going to call you, let me WhatsApp you. You know, in my day, you had to learn ukushela umuntu. You had to learn ukuthi umuntu mufuna ukumshela. Umshela kanjani. And it was a great education too, because what would happen is you would typically meet a young lady when she was in transit. Here's how it usually went. You'd be standing with your boys talking, usually at a corner somewhere, and a young lady would come past, and you'd never seen her before, and you knew you'd never see her again. And you had a 15-second window to catch her attention, tell her who you are, tell her why she should date you, and get her to agree to dating you in 15 seconds. This is not a lot of time. So one of the tricks I learned was my hit rate, by the way, and I'm not just saying this, but my hit rate, minimum shela, was typically higher than my friends. And the reason my hit rate was high because I learned how to approach a young lady. I suppose because I was raised by a single woman, I learned that respect was very important. So, you know, there's like this like hard, abrasive, aggressive culture, right? I learned to just respect the person. So whereas my friends would go, baby, just keep on, I would never do that. I just walk up and be on some sabwana sisunjan. Because if you say sabwana, she's always going to greet back, right? And then in the conversation, I'd go, my friends would go, baby, kunjani, uyangithanda. So he's going straight for the kill, like uyangithanda. Like you haven't even put the butter on the bread. You're now trying to eat dessert. Let's start with the starters. So I'd be sabona sis kunjani, bengicela ukukhapha. She's walking, right? So might as well ngimkhaphe la yakhona, and in the process have a conversation. And she's not going to say no ngikaphi. It's like okay, ngikaphi ke. So and then in the process of umkhapha, I would then try to understand who she is, where she's coming from, and what she's looking for. I never asked a question about whether or not she was dating another guy because that's immaterial. 90% of people you meet will be dating somebody else. So you don't even want to ask that question. And also, this is an important trick for entrepreneurs to learn. If you ask the person, are you dating somebody else, you bring into their consciousness that they're already committed. Which means even if they entertained you, the fact that they've been seeing somebody for a week means they're not going to talk to you now. Make sense? So never bring into the person's consciousness that there is a level of commitment. And this is what I need you to understand. So I'd go, Sabona baby kunjan. No. Sabona sis kunjan. Na. Ngicela ukukhapha. Ngiyamkhapha. Igama lami uVusi. Ngibona nje udlula ngithi ngukhapha. Right? Conversation carries on. And then I'd ask her, ubani uyaphi uyakuphi? You know? And then she'd answer the question, who's banbani ngendaweni so sharp, no problem. And then I had to learn to understand what she was looking for in a guy. Now remember, I'm not going to ask if she's dating. So I'd say something like this. So, you know, empilweni yakho nje wena mawuphila ufuna ukuphilisana nomuntu onjani. That's how I'd ask the question. And usually everybody answers that question. They'd be on some, well, you know, I'm looking for a guy that, you know, loves God, loves his mother, is driven, is ambitious. Everybody has the same list, guys. It's the same list, right? So I'd then learn how to fix my script according to the list. So once she's done telling me the kind of guy she's into, I would reframe and make myself that guy without telling her. I'm reframing and make myself that guy. So after she's finished telling me, I'm really into a guy that loves God, loves his mother, yada, yada. As soon as she finishes that, I'd go, yeah, you know, yesterday my mother and I went to church. You see that? My mother and I went to church. In other words, my mom and I are close. I love God. It's so hard ukuthi ngivuke ngumroma. It's so hard ukuthi ngivuke for the 7:30 service because I was studying the night before. Driven, ambitious, yeah, looking for an education. You see what I did there? So you have to learn to position without it looking like you're positioning.